Welcome to Blitz. I'm Brian Carter here with Chad Pittman, third-year head coach of the Dawson Co Tigers. Coach, first of all, I just want to thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, man. I appreciate all you guys do for our programs.
Yeah, and you guys are really exciting to watch. You're 8-2 this year, 3-1 in region play. Talk about the improvement of taking a new team like you have, kind of a lot of new faces on the roster this year, and that improvement that you're seeing game to game with the makeup of the team.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 years we had a lot of success, but last year we graduated 5 seniors, 4 of which started. So you're exactly right. It was kind of a new thing. And then we got some move-ins with the school closing and things like that. So for us, summer, fall, and up to this point, it's really been about chemistry, sharing the ball, trusting each other, playing with you guys, and figuring all that out and trying to mesh the pieces and parts together. And I really feel like as the season has progressed, we've kind of figured some of those things out. We're not there yet, but we're getting closer.
Yeah.
And we've seen glimpses and signs of it, which are really fun to watch.
Yeah, top to bottom, I mean, this roster's got so much talent. I don't know. I don't think, I was thinking about it the other day, I don't think I've ever seen a team lose 2 1,000-point scorers and be potentially even better than they were the year before in terms of, the roster talent. And that's not a knock on the previous teams, but your team is just stacked. What was that thought process for you when you first learned about these incoming players?
Well, this is year 23 for me in coaching. And up until this year, this is no lie, I had like 2 kids move in.
Yeah.
And both of those I didn't even know till they got to the school. And that was kind of like this as well. I mean, you hire AD that has some good family, and then local school closed down. There's nobody had control over that, obviously. So, I mean, yeah, it was a huge blessing.
Yeah.
And really, to your question there, it really gave us. We had some pretty good pieces coming back, I felt like, but it just gave us more depth. It gave us obviously a little bit more power on the offensive end, as everybody's noticed, which is always a good thing to have. So it's made practice much more competitive, minutes much more competitive, which competitiveness drives people to be the best they can be. So it's been a real blessing.
Yeah. And let's talk a minute just about Luke Chisholm, their family. You talk about a family with a lot of talent. I mean, it's just in their genes. But how special of a talent is he? Again, you mentioned it, 20-some years in coaching. Where would you kind of assess how rare is a player of his capabilities?
In my 23 years, he's for sure in the top 5 of kids I've coached. I've had some other kids to go on and play college basketball and be pretty special. Luke's pretty complete, and when you look at him, he might not necessarily pass the eye test, other than he's good size and length, but athleticism is really crazy good.
Yeah.
He does really some special things on the floor. He contributes in so many ways. Right now he's averaging about 5 assists a game. And sometimes you get kids like him that don't share the ball.
Right.
And I felt like he's really got other teammates involved. He's a team guy. So, yeah, I mean, he's been a really, really good addition.
Yeah, and do you feel with a lot of those incoming guys and the seniors you had coming back from last year, is there any pressure with the team, or even, I know you probably don't succumb to any kind of pressure, but does the team feel any sense of urgency to, like, we got to win now if this is the year to go for a deep run, for example? I
think the excitement and energy level was obviously increased. I don't know that the pressure or the anxiety of winning and doing that. I mean, I think there's pressure to win. It doesn't matter, good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah.
But obviously the excitement, energy that was brought in, I think kind of fueled expectations for sure. But pressure, we try not to get involved in that kind of thing.
Yeah, and nobody's going to put more pressure on you guys than yourselves. But and you mentioned the offensive power, and that is fun to watch. But what is also mind-blowing is you look at the defense is the best in the region. I think it doesn't get the credit it deserves. What would you say about the defensive play this year?
Well, when we played away last Friday night, actually at North Hall, defense was the difference in the game.
Yeah.
Because we were not having a very good offensive night. We didn't shoot it really well, and we were down 2 with a little under 7 to go, and we went on a 13-0 run. And some people would be really emphasizing the 13.
Right.
I was emphasizing the fact that we got stop after stop after stop. To me, that was the difference. So, you know, I tell all the kids there's 3 things you can do when you sign up to play, regardless of your talent. You can hustle, you can defend, and you can rebound. Because those 3 things, in my opinion, are based on pride and heart.
Yeah.
And so that's really been what we've emphasized here throughout, because maybe selfishly or ignorantly or whatever, I've kind of felt like hopefully offense will take care of itself some nights because of the abilities we have there.
Defense creates the offense.
Exactly. So that's what's been a real key for us.
Yeah. Well, last question for you, Coach. Again, years of coaching experience for you. You've had so many successful programs. Last year was an example of that, the Sweet 16 team, and almost made it to the Elite Eight. But when you look at this team, especially the intangibles, because we know the talent's there, do you see that this is a team that has the makeup to make a Final Four run?
Well, yeah, you know, but I guess how do I answer that? I'll answer it like this. Once you get to the state level, you just really never know.
Yeah.
You got to be good. You got to have a little luck.
Yeah.
You got to have a good draw. I think really plays a key into all that. And if you look at AAA basketball, when you get out and you start talking about really the top 20 teams, you start talking about Cedar Grove and Pace Academy and Morgan County and Hart County.
Making those deep runs,
Yeah, I mean, so you would want to think the energy, excitement's here, our talent's better. I felt like we played with GAC, a couple weeks ago.
Well,
so I feel like, some of those things could happen.
Yeah.
But there again, I mean, we might play Cedar Grove, first or second round.
Yeah.
I mean, who really knows?
Yeah.
So we're just going to try to keep it one game at a time and not think too far in advance.
Yeah.
But obviously we do have some big goals and some high expectations.
Yeah. Well, you said it best, one game at a time. It's the old cliche, but it rings true. And
It does.
if you lose sight of that, everything can go off the tracks. So,
Yeah, you're right.
Coach, congrats on a great season so far, and we know it's just the beginning, tip of the iceberg, so we're looking forward to a great rest of the season. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
for your
man.
time.
I appreciate it.